Hey guys, Aaron CybertronVGC here, and today I am back with some more Showdown live action. Yesterday we featured a new team with a bunch of beat-up shenanigans, so today we'll be playing some more games with it. Someone pointed out that the IVs on Whimsicott and Dragapult weren't 0 for attack, so I changed that. Thank you to whoever pointed that out in the comments yesterday. Otherwise, the team is relatively unchanged. Everything else is still the same from yesterday's episode. Of course, if you want to try out this team, there is a Showdown export in the description below, so feel free to give it a try yourselves. And yeah, hope you guys are enjoying the content. Thank you as always for watching, and I'm very excited to be able to jump into these battles in game soon. And you know, I'm curious if people still want to see me do Showdown content every now and then, because you know it is a little bit different from the traditional Road to Ranked. So let me know in the comments below. I'll definitely take it into consideration, and let's get started with today's first game. We're up against a Trick Room team here. Trick Room looks pretty tough, honestly, because you can just lead the NDD and the Chandelier. Huh, how do I get around that? I have to worry about expanding force stuff here too, which is really scary. It might have to be Dynamax Cobalion again then. This matchup doesn't look super great, to be honest. Mainly because like my best Trick Room counter in my opinion is Amoonguss, but like if I lead Amoonguss, they could just go for expanding force turn 1. So I might have Amoonguss in the back, but what I'm thinking of is leading like Cobalion and Chandelier. Like, the thing with Chandelier is I could basically bait out a potential Imprison if my opponent hasn't seen this team. I think you have to lead NDD Hat here. You could go NDD Porygon, I guess. I might go... I mean, if in the off chance they don't lead the NDD, I could go Whimsicott Cobalion, and that just one-shots... Like, that would just win if they don't lead NDD Hat. But I think NDD Hat almost always has to come out here. I could also just go Terrakion and Chandelier and just Rock Slide Heat Wave. I might actually go with that route, honestly, with Amoonguss in the back and Cobalion as the last one. Alright, so we're gonna get into the first game of today's episode. As always, if you guys enjoyed, please share your support by leaving a like, and thank you to everyone that's been tuning in and watching these videos recently. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go for the Rock Slide and the Heat Wave here. Yeah, I think you have to follow me. Okay, let's see if Rock Slide does enough to pick up the knockout here. Ooh, it does not, unfortunately. Okay. As it's actually expanding force just coming out. So no Trick Room, predicting the Imprison, which makes sense. Okay. The thing is, this is actually still winnable. What do you do here if you're my opponent? Follow me, expanding force, I think is actually their best play. So I'm gonna protect Max and go for a... I think we actually want a Steel Spike. My opponent's team is relatively physical in the back. So I'm hoping they follow me, expanding force here. So there's the follow me. Get the Steel Spike off. Does not KO, unfortunately. There's expanding force, yep. Yeah, it's a shame we didn't pick up the knockout onto Hatterene. Otherwise, I could have gone with... I don't know. I could have, I don't know, protected turn 1? Okay, Marowak comes out. So I have a defense boost. I want to get another defense boost. I don't know if we can survive an attack from the Marowak, though, but I'm thinking we just Spore into Marowak and go for a Steel Spike into NDD. Although, you probably just maxed the Marowak here, right? Yeah. So, maybe Airstreaming would have been the play. Although, we still don't outspeed, actually, because we're min-speed Amoonguss. He's gonna Flare. Yeah, that still one-shots us. Then I could have protected there, I guess. I don't really have a great way to knock out the Marowak, though, so I'm not sure there was really too much we could have done. It really came down to the Hat surviving that turn 1 double up. I don't know if that's a damage roll, or if it's just bulky enough to take those attacks, but well played by my opponent. I think, the Amoonguss says min speed specifically to counter like Trick Room stuff, but unfortunately like Trick Room never actually went up in this game, and like expanding force is just a really, really powerful attack. So I'm not sure what else I really could have done, and that's just like a problem with my team, that I don't have a super solid Trick Room answer. Mainly because the Hat outspeeding Amoonguss makes things like a little weird, I would say. So well played by my opponent, cool team for sure. I think, like I said, you know, this team definitely isn't perfect by any means, and so if I want to, as we're actually going up against more Trick Room here. Interesting, okay. So today is a lesson on how to basically fix our Trick Room matchup, which at least will be helpful. Obviously, as we saw in that last game, like Terrakion Chandelier doesn't work out super well, but what I can hope for is basically bait out the expanding force by clicking like Heat Wave Protect turn 1. What does that really accomplish for us though? Not much, right? Maybe we go Cobalion this time instead of Chandelier. So Cobalion, Chandelier, Amoonguss, and Terrakion in the back. I feel like it's going to be the same lead as the last game, NDD and Hat. Yep. So here, once again, the question is, do you predict me to go for a Imprison? So what I could do is just max the Cobalion. Yeah. So Mungus is pretty helpful in the back. I still want to deny Trick Room ideally. I'm definitely clicking Heat Wave with Chandler, which is what I do with the Cobalion. I could max, I could like Knuckle, Steel Spike. I am opting towards just Steel Spiking Hat and Heat Waving though. I think you go for Follow Me here, but the question is, do you go for Trick Room? We missed the hat, which sucks. Okay. Steel Spike connects. Yep, there's Expanding Force again. That miss is so bad though, because if we hit that, it's just in KO range. Oh, I guess actually we can just bring out Terrakion now. So as long as we don't miss Rock Slide, we're still fine. Part of me wants to Knuckle here instead, but I think I'll just play it safe. Okay, Follow Me, nice. Pick up the double KO, looks like. Okay, good. So, yeah, I think if I'm expecting the NDD hat lead, I should just go Cobalion instead, because it takes Expanding Force a lot better, especially in Max. It's going to be Torkoal and Rhyperior, okay. I mean, you're going to max the Rhyperior here. Amoonguss obviously has a pretty good matchup against the Rhyperior with Spore. You might protect the Torkoal here. I could like close combat Knuckle into Rhyperior, but I think we should knock out the Amoonguss. Like, I want a Rockfall here, and I don't want to risk missing. I'm just going to double up onto Torkoal. Wow, they maxed the Torkoal as Rhyperior protect. Okay, that was actually pretty much the last thing I expected, but I'll take it. Because I don't think you even KO the Cobalion now that we changed the weather. It actually quakes into Terrakion, though. Okay, interesting. I did not expect the Torkoal max. That's pretty cool. That actually might have been the correct play, because if he didn't max there, we would have just KO'd. How much is Rockfall doing? Not enough. So I don't think Stone Edge KOs. So I might have to Stone Edge and protect here. Although actually, we should outspeed the Torkoal here, I think. If he's min speed, which he should be. So I'm just gonna Stone Edge and Spore it. Yeah, with the defense boost, we can take attacks from the Rhyperior. He might protect EQ here, I guess that's the one play I'm worried about. Stone Edge connects, doesn't KO. Goes for high horsepower into Amoonguss. Yeah, we're faster, okay, nice. Good. What's weird is, like, I don't wanna... We did take a lot of damage, and I might have to activate a weakness policy. I feel like I actually have to protect the Amoonguss here. I don't even know if 2 close combat KOs Rhyperior, honestly. Like, protect Amoonguss and go for a... the thing is, I don't want to lower my defense, so I kind of want to Stone Edge the Torkoal and protect. Okay, so that connects, fortunately, picks up the KO. Okay, high horsepower goes into Amoonguss, that's good. I'm gonna end up activating a weakness policy, aren't I? I guess we just go for added damage with close. I don't think close combat is a 2-hit KO, honestly, but I guess we're about to find out. Might as well go for the double. Yeah, because I think they have to target the Amoonguss. Oh, it is a 2-hit KO. Okay, nice. Okay. Yeah. That was a little bit risky because they could have like EQ'd there or actually targeted the Cobalion, but I think you have to target the Amoonguss there, so I'm just going to click close combat now. I wasn't sure if it was a 2-hit KO onto Rhyperior, but Cobalion ends up coming out clutch. So I think if I go into NDD hat, I'm just going to lead Chandler Terrakion, or sorry, Chandler Cobalion. I really thought Rock Slide Heat Wave would KO the hat, so now I know that damage calc, which is valuable. Yeah. I think the idea behind it was fine, but yeah, we just missed out on a KO. Porygon Z, very interesting. Okay. What do I want to go with here? They have potential Tailwind, obviously. Dracovish looks pretty scary, but if we can get our own Tailwind up too, my Dragapult could put in work with Will-O-Wisp stuff. I am really curious about the Porygon Z on my opponent's team here. I'm thinking of leading... See, the thing is, like, Amoonguss is actually super interesting, because I could lead that against the Talonflame. Yeah, there are a lot of options here. I might change the Amoonguss spread, too, because I think right now we're specially defensive for Togekiss stuff. We're not really playing, I don't know, I think like the things that threaten Amoonguss, my Cobalion and Terrakion actually check, so. What do I want to go with here? Scarf Chandelier is honestly pretty interesting. You can't fake it out. I might go Whimsicott Chandelier. Cobalion in the back. Amoonguss or Spore is pretty interesting here, but Terrakion does a lot of damage, so let's just go with that. So we have options here. I think they almost always lead Talonflame plus something. Porygon Z is the big question mark that I have here. I don't really know what that does, so I'm curious. I mean, I've seen it. It's obviously existed in previous years of VGCs. It's Clef and Porygon. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Well, part of me, like, you probably follow me, right? So I was gonna say part of me wants to just switch out and beat up immediately, but I might just Heat Wave, like, Moonblast turn 1. Yeah. Because if I switch out and I don't get the beat up off onto my Cobalion, that's just super bad for me. So this is okay, I think. Scarf Chandelier exerts a lot of offensive pressure here. Porygon Z is actually going to Dynamax. Wow, okay. Okay. We missed the Heat Wave on Clef. That's actually a really bad miss. It's going to offer Darkness into Chandelier. Okay. It's still fine, I guess. I mean, we can go on to Cobalion now. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to Protect here because I think he might Ice into us and Max and Steel Spike into the Clef. This is pretty predictable, though, so they could, like, protect the Clef, or even, like... I mean, if we KO the Clef, though, and conserve our Whimsicott, we can just beat up the next turn and win off that. Yep, follow me. Okay, that's what we want to see. Steel Spike comes out, picks up a KO. Perfect. Max Strike. Okay. Oh, the Strike is actually pretty tricky here, I guess. Presumably it outspeeds us now, so I might actually have to click Tailwind just so that I don't get outsped in subsequent turns. But I think protecting there is still the right play. I could also switch Whimsicott out and then back in, and then go for beat up. Talonflame comes out though, which means they can Tailwind as well, but I don't think I really mind that too much because I have Terrakion in the back. They could obviously just go for like a Brave Bird as well, but yeah, I'm just gonna click Tailwind and Rockfall into Talonflame. Yeah, they offer the Brave Bird, but that means they don't get Tailwind up, and I have a Terrakion to deal with this. Strike does a lot though. Dynamax Porygon Z, that's pretty cool. Okay. So we KO the Talonflame. I don't think Knuckle was KOing there, which is why I went for that. Okay, we get Terrakion now. We have one extra turn of Max, and it's Dracovish in the back with the defense boost. I think we should be okay. I'm leaning towards actually protecting and airstreaming here so that we outspeed in subsequent turns with the Terrakion. Yeah, so I'm going to protect, and I think I'm going to airstream the Dracovish here. Because we have the Spadef boost now with Sand being up. Yeah, Fish's Rend goes into Terrakion. Perfect. I'm not even sure a double up would have KO'd the Cobalion because we have that defense boost. So now we outspeed Choice Scarf Dracovish with the Terrakion, which is really important. Pretty sure close combat with the Life Orb should just pick up the KO onto that, so we can close combat. Double close combat is fine here. Yeah. Okay, close combat comes out. Nice. Picks up the one-hit KO. So my opponent needed to double up onto Cobalion to have a chance there. But yeah, Terrakion is just such a big threat that it's kind of a tough prediction to make there. Not bad. So we bring up both Terrakion and Cobalion. They were both really good in this game, to be honest. I'm still thinking about that first game because that's the first loss we've taken with the team. I think, like, my Trick Room matchup should probably be improved because right now I'm relying on hitting like slightly inaccurate moves. I don't have like 100% guaranteed safe play against Trick Room. So I need to rethink the matchup a little bit. Okay, we're going up against Rain. This is a cool Rain team. Like, so many new Pokemon, right? Like Poly, Kingdra, and Magnezone, and then probably G-Max Rillaboom, G-Max Cinderace as well, and G-Max Lapras. So a lot of options on my opponent's team. You could max like pretty much everything bar Politoed. So Amoonguss is typically really good in this matchup, especially because I have Airstream. The question is whether they actually realize that and go with like Cinderace. What I like to do against Rain with this team is lead Whimsicott Amoonguss and have like Cobalion's just really solid because with the Assault Vest we take special attacks really well. So go with like Cobalion, Terrakion in the back. Dragapult could maybe come out in this matchup because like we could Thunder Wave things. Ooh, that's a really good lead by my opponent. That's a very, very good lead. Oof. Do they just Flare here? They might. Because here your play is to like Fake Out. I might just double Protect turn 1. The idea behind that is then I can just sacrifice Amoonguss the next turn and waste 2 turns of their Dynamax. Yeah, I'm gonna double protect. They don't max the Cinderace though. Huh, interesting. So it might just be a regular Pyro Ball. Or Flare Blitz. Flare Blitz high horsepower into a Moongus, I see. Okay. Yeah, that's okay, I think. Now I can just Tailwind, right? And, I mean, I'll Spore Cinderace, but, like, Cinderace should Flare Blitz us. Yeah, and then now we can just bring out Cobalion and, beat up Rockfall. Yeah. So that's actually fine by me, honestly. I get the beat up off, I max. Curious if it's better to go for an Airstream, but he could max the Cinderace here. I'll just get the KO onto Cinderace, I want to guarantee that knockout. Okay, they don't max, so I could have Airstreamed there, but I don't really need that speed boost right now anyway, because, like, Cobalion actually outspeeds my opponent's entire team anyway. It's really interesting to me how often I'm using Cobalion over Terrakion. Like, that was the case in yesterday's episode, and currently is still the case today, too. Nice, we take that. That actually did more damage, though, than I expected. I'm curious if that's choice banded. Huh. So the downside in this game is that we are kind of down in terms of Dynamax. Kingdra's going to come out, though, which is fine by me. Quite frankly, I mean, we outspeed the Kingdra. I can kind of just go for another beat up and, like, Knuckle into Kingdra. You could protect Kingdra on high horsepower again. That would be a pretty solid play here. Alternatively, I could just, like, beat up Cobalion, Airstream the Rillaboom. But I think you might want to max the Kingdra here. We'll get to max attack after another beat up combo. Yep, okay, they max. That's good. Do they guard? No, got guard, okay. I guess we'll have to see if this KOs. It might not. If not, things get actually pretty tricky because I can't really knock out Rillaboom easily. Alright, +4, Knuckle. Ooh, it doesn't pick up the KO. Okay. They're going to go for Airstream. That's fine, but it's probably also high horsepower into that slot. Yeah. Okay, I needed to Airstream the Rillaboom there then. Because now what they can do is you can just switch Rillaboom out into Politoed. And Geyser Terrakion, so I guess I have to read into that and Moonblast Protect. Yeah, I thought the +4 Knuckle would KO, but given that that doesn't knock out, if we just Airstream, we would have won the game, basically. Okay. Oh, wait, did I need to Protect there? I had Tailwind up. No, but they had, wait, they had the Speed Boost and Politoed, but it still didn't outspeed. Huh, interesting. You should just win with Grassy Glide now, unfortunately, though, from Rillaboom. I'm pretty sure that's Banded Rillaboom. Like, that did so much damage against us. I guess my only hope is for them not to have Grassy Glide for some reason. Get a beat up off. And Rock Slide. But yeah, they have Grassy Glide. Grassy Glide is way too good not to use on Rillaboom, in my opinion. Yeah, so I kind of misplayed this game, because I shouldn't... I mean, that was obviously Rillaboom... sorry, Banded Rillaboom. And I think, like, we could probably Rockfall that slot, because it covers the Politoed switching in. And I think, yeah, I had a better play... the turn... my Cobalion got KO'd. If I just Rockfall there into the Politoed, or into the Rillaboom, pretty sure +4 Rockfall picks up the KO. And it covers for the Politoed switch in as well, and then we change the weather. So I would say I definitely misplayed this game slightly off that one turn. We have a really good matchup here, to be honest, as well, so that was just me not executing super well. This is a really interesting team. We're going up against Whimsicott Terrakion here, but Porygon Lurantis. So... I mean, against Whimsicott Terrakion, I really want to use support Dragapult here, honestly. So I'm going to go Whimsicott Dragapult. I'm thinking of Moongus Cobalion here. Yeah, Terrakion's a little tricky because of the Terrakion Mirror Match, plus they have a Moongus. My Cobalion has super effective attacks into everything. Okay, this is exactly the lead we want to see as well. So I'm just going to opt for Tailwind, and it's between Thunderwave and Will-O-Wisp. And I think Thunderwave is actually more valuable, because then it means my Cobalion just outspeeds it. So I'm just gonna Tailwind Thunderwave. Okay. They look like they're gonna go for beat up here. Okay, that's fine. Is it fine, actually? I guess you KO the Whimsicott here. But I get Cobalion in for free. Oh, they actually target the Dragapult. Okay, perfect. Actually, it wouldn't have mattered who they targeted, because then I'd get a free switch in and just get a beat up off anyway. So now I can just bring out Cobalion and go for beat up, max, Steel Spike. Not much my opponent can really do here. You can max guard Tailwind at best, but they just opt for a regular Tailwind. Yeah, that's part of the reason why I was theorying support Dragapult. It helps out a lot in this mirror match where I don't want to lead Whimsicott Terrakion. It's not the most consistent lead in my opinion. Okay, beautiful. Nice. This really quickly became a Cobalion team. It is not a Terrakion team. Instinct comes out, but I don't think my opponent can win now. Like, Cobalion just sweeps this entire team, honestly. I think it's fine to just protect, block a fake out, and go for a Knuckle to KO the Incineroar. Yeah. Okay, Moonblast comes out. They actually opt not to fake out, which makes sense, but Knuckle picks up the one-hit KO. Perfect. So glad we get to feature support Dragapult a little bit today. Lurantis is the last one, so I can just Airstream, obviously. I'll switch out into Amoonguss, and go for Airstream into Lurantis. Yeah. Not much my opponent could really do after turn 1. That entire team honestly looks super Cobalion weak, which is why I prioritized it again. Like, the thing is that, like, there actually are a fair amount of counters to Terrakion. Like, the Grass-type weakness is pretty tough, and you don't have... I mean, you have really good coverage with Rockfall, but, like, the tricky thing is I think a lot of players are preparing for Terrakion, because it's just such a potent threat. Nice. Well, that's fun. I haven't played the mirror match here. It's the exact same team, so that's gonna be entertaining. Huh? How do I approach the mirror match here? I have to find the holes in my own team. Okay, let's see. I don't really know. The speed ties make things so awkward. Ideally, I think Cobalion, like, Airstreams. Like, I could go Whimsicott Cobalion, but if they go Terrakion, that's really rough. Huh. Maybe I gamble a little bit and lead just to support Dragapult, honestly. Like, Wimpult, Cobalion, Terrakion? I don't know. Amoonguss is not bad here. Question is if he prioritizes Chandelure and Cobalion. Because it's kind of hard to do stuff against Amoonguss. You can still beat up stuff. I'm going to go double offense. We've been going Terrakion Cobalion all game. They go Whimsicott and Amoonguss. Okay. That's actually a really good lead on their end, I think. But I can prevent beat up stuff. Oh, not really, actually, because I don't have any damage against this right now. I could Tailwind stuff. I could even self-status to prevent Spores, but Amoonguss doesn't do much for my opponent right now other than Spore Dragapult, so I think I'm just going to Moonblast the Whimsicott and Thunder Wave the Amoonguss. That covers for Amoonguss switching out, potentially. Dragapult getting put to sleep would be a little unfortunate, but it's fine. I think Whimsicott Cobalion would have just won us the game instantly as a lead, but it's pretty risky to go that. Okay, so they Tailwind, but that's fine. I don't really care. That actually burns the turn of their Tailwind too, which I'll take. Yeah, so Spore comes out. Now the question is, you should switch the Amoonguss out and maybe side beat up here. Question is, who do you go into? I really don't want to risk a speed tie in this game, so that's what I'm trying to play around. I don't want to Tailwind this turn either. There's really no point. I think it should be a side beat up. So the thing is, I could switch out my Dragapult and side beat up as well. But then we're potentially risking a speed tie if they go out into Terrakion here, which I really don't want to go up against. Ugh, this is tricky. I guess actually, if you go into Terrakion, I can just Moonblast it, right? So it might be Cobalion. So what might work is Moonblasting and switching out into Terrakion, because it covers them switching to Terrakion. If they switch into Cobalion, my Terrakion just outspeeds. Okay, yeah. They're going for the beat up stuff, but now I can just Tailwind. If I went for my beat up on myself there, that also would have just won us the game, I think, but it's fine. Yeah, I think I actually just Tailwind. They should Airstream here, shouldn't they? I have to respect the threat of Cobalion now. Close Combat does more. I think I might just Tailwind and Close Combat. They obviously max the Cobalion here. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe I should have just gone for the beat up. No, I don't think so, because then if they do bring in their Terrakion, it gets really dicey. If they don't airstream, what this game might come down to is a speed tie, which is kind of natural when you're playing with playing like an exact mirror match. Okay, they offer the Moonblast. Oh, we actually crit there. Yeah, that mattered. So that was definitely unfortunate. So sorry about the crit. I think though we were honestly not in bad shape because we staggered out our Tailwind, and so we had extra turns. But that obviously was a big one because that would have survived. However, I think it might have been in KO range from a Moonblast afterwards from the Whimsicott. So then it's a question of what like the speed ties potentially between our Whimsicotts. I'm just gonna Moonblast here. Well, actually, I could just go for beat up now, right? Or even protect, switch out in a Dragapult. We have our Dynamax. Like, if we lose this now, after getting that crit, like, we should be able to maintain control of this game. But I'm just thinking what the worst case scenario here is. Spore into Terrakion and Moonblast, like, they win the speed tie. So I think what I can do is protect here to avoid any speed tie shenanigans and switch out into Dragapult to reset the Spadef and defense drop and try to wake up with the Dragapult. Alright, they actually opt for Moonblast there. And Pollen Puff. Okay. I thought Side Pollen Puff could have actually been really sick there, but now they're forced to click Tailwind again. So I'm just going to Moonblast here, and I can try to wake up now with Dragapult. Yeah, that was obviously a really big critical hit. Okay. Looks like they were opting to actually attack there. So this is good, because now I can just protect and get up another Tailwind. Chandeler's the last one, which means Terrakion should win this now. So I'm just going to protect and T-Wave. And now the beautiful thing is I can just bring out Terrakion, side beat up, and Rock Slide. Might be better actually to Rock Fall. Yeah, I don't want to miss. Or even go out into Cobalion. Especially because they're committing the Shadow Ball. Yeah, so I think going up to Cobalion is the correct play. Because I can just speed up myself. Max and then Airstream into Amoonguss. Oh, wait, I can't do that. I don't have Tailwind up. That's still fine. I mean, I can just click Tailwind now. Max and just Airstream. They're gonna Spore us, but I can just get Terrakion in and click Rock Slide. Oh, they actually have for Rage Powder. Okay, cool. Yeah. And Shadow Ball to Cobalion, nice. The Crow was a really big deal in this matchup, though. This is, I think, a really different game without it. So definitely got a little fortunate there. Mirror matchups always... Because you're using the exact same Pokemon, it's pretty rare, I would say, to have mirror matches without, like, any RNG whatsoever. But I think I actually really like the Amoonguss Whimsicott lead from my opponent's end. It's a little risky, but because of the Cob on Amoonguss, it protects you from the Cobalion a little bit more. Yeah, but I actually think they had the better lead than I did. The Dragapult was to cover for Cobalion and Terrakion, and it didn't really work out too well. Of course, my opponent knows the team, so that's reason to play around the Dragapult as well. But good game to them. It's funny to play a pure mirror match here on the series. Cool. Alright, one more match. So I think today, a couple of solid lessons. The two games... Oh, this is the exact same guy. Okay, well, now they know about my Dragapult stuff, but... this is the exact same guy from 2 games ago. Not the last game. They know about the Dragapult stuff. And so what they... I have max HP, though, so I can take a Moonblast from the Whimsicott. So I might still just go with the same stuff, honestly. Like, their play is probably to protect Moonblast turn 1. But we should survive a Moonblast. I mean, I just never really want to risk the Terrakion speed tie. That's an awful, awful risk. I don't know, Whimsicott Dragapult honestly doesn't seem that bad here. I think they'll probably figure out a better answer to this, but even protect Moonblast turn 1 isn't that bad, I think. Definitely Cobalion on the back. I'm wondering if there's any value to Amoonguss, because I think Terrakion's still valuable, because we could just win a speed tie potentially. Alright, they're going the slow mode, which is really smart on their end. So like my Amoonguss would have been really good here as a lead. Yeah, I actually don't have a way to really counteract the Spore, which is tough because I don't have Taunt. So good lead by my opponent's end. Good lead for sure. Self Thunderwave. Oh, Self Thunderwave is actually a really interesting play. Because if I Self Thunderwave, they can't put me to sleep. Ooh, I actually kind of like that. So I'm actually gonna go out into, I think, Cobalion. Although you probably you can't, you only can spore the Dragapult, right? I could just go for a beat up immediately. Like, there plays to spore Dragapult and Trick Room here. Spore Dragapult, Trick Room. So I could always beat up, but if I self Thunder Wave, I don't get the beat up off the subsequent turn, right? Going out of Cobalion. Let's try this out. Okay. Yep, Spore Trick Room. Okay. Now you can't put me to sleep, which is good. And once again, like, Cobalion has a pretty favorable matchup against the majority of my opponent's team. The only question is, do I commit the Dynamax immediately here? Because this thing's gonna have Recover, but I think maxing and going for Knuckle could be worth it here. They're probably just gonna... Oh, they have Foul Play. Okay, interesting. T-Bolt doesn't do anything into us. The only risk of paralyzing yourself is obviously dealing with full para every turn, which is very scary. They should recover here, I would think. So, expecting Recover, and because we have the attack boost, I think I'm actually going to Airstream Amoonguss and self-beat up. Okay, they're going to go into Incineroar, that's fine. Yep, Recover. There's the full para, but we wake up, which is super nice. Yeah, now we get Cobalion under Trick Room. That's exactly why I went for the self T-Wave turn 1. Okay. Sick. They can't fake us out. I mean, you can foul play us. I guess the Porygon could foul play Cobalion. We probably still outspeed the Incineroar, to be honest. I would like to just KO Amoonguss here. Or sorry, Porygon here. So I think I'm just going to go for a Knuckle onto it and T-Wave onto Incineroar. Okay, he's actually going to opt for Thunderbolt. We actually are faster than Incineroar, which is valuable information. Which means if I paralyze it, he actually opts for Flare Blitz. Okay, that's fine. Yes, now well, the problem actually with that is now this thing outspeeds us under Trick Room. So I might actually have to switch Cobalion out, which is really awkward. He's gonna Flare Blitz the Cobalion for sure, right? And probably Spore the Dragapult. So I could double switch here and then beat up Rock Slide. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just... This is a pretty obvious play, so he might predict this. Oh, Instant State's paralyzed anyway. He actually ups the Foul Play Terrakion, which gives us the Justified boost. Alright, that's cool. But there wasn't anything Incineroar could have done there. The only thing I was worried about was the Spore going into the Terrakion slot. So I'm just gonna beat up Rock Slide. Yeah. Nice. Self T-Wave was really important here, I think. We might not KO Amoonguss, though, even with the beat up. Let's see. He did give us an attack boost, though. Oh, nice. Sick. Now we can just Tailwind Close Combat anything that comes in. Yeah, nice. So we didn't even need to, well, we did max here, but... So they're gonna max the Lurantis, obviously, but... I'm pretty sure Close Combat just picks up the KO. Beautiful. Okay, nice, and that is how you get around potential tricky matchups. Self T-Wave. Not bad. So I think the two losses that we had today were super winnable. The first one was just me kind of underestimating Indy Hat and kind of forgetting about Expanding Force. And in that game, what we could have done was, like, as you saw in the feature adjustment, was mix it up and lead Cobalion Chandelure instead. Because I think when you see Chandelure, you have to expect the Imprison, so players are almost always in Expanding Force. Now, the downside is, as soon as, if players, like, have watched the series and recognize that my Chandelure is a Choice Scarf variant, then they're obviously going to go for Trick Room. But I think... Yeah, if they haven't seen this team, it's relatively likely we'll be able to get that combination off. So if I'm going up against hard Trick Room stuff like Chandelure and Cobalion as a lead is probably better. And then in that other loss we had against Rain, that was pretty inexcusable, honestly, because I thought we had a really good matchup with Cobalion. So the way to have played that better was to have just gone for Max Airstream or Rockfall into Rillaboom. And I actually want to do the damage calc real quick as to whether or not we could pick up the KO with... Yeah, against Rillaboom. I'm almost sure that was maxed. Yeah, that was maxed. So if we Cobalion, if we Stone Edge plus 4 life, we're not life orb, but Rockfall. Let's see. Yeah, that definitely picks up the KO. If he actually no, if he's max HP, maybe not, but it's actually still a favorable roll for us. So the correct play would have been to just have gone for Rockfall into Rillaboom because it covers the Politoed switch, and if Rillaboom stays in, we KO it. If Poly switches in, we change the weather so we can survive a G-Max attack from the Kingdra, or sorry, a Max Airstream or a Geyser from the Kingdra. So I think both games, there was pretty much one turn that could have been better. In the first game, it was just the lead, and in that other game, it was Rock falling into the Rillaboom. So some slight misplays there, but overall, I think some really fun games, and I think that last game was cool as a demonstration of how you can get around Trickery potentially and how self-paralysis can be really good. Like, we got double beat-ups off that game, which was really nice as well. But, you know, fair amount of our good fortune, like not getting full paralyzed too many times. We hit, or we woke up with Dragapult. We obviously got the crit in that mirror match as well. So, a fun set of games, definitely. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, if you did, please show your support by leaving a like. Thank you guys as always for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Alright, peace.